The Leviton Indoor-Outdoor IP camera provides the ability to view live surveillance footage as a standalone system or from a smartphone, tablet, or the Leviton OmniTouch 7 when coupled with a security and automation system. Features of the 68A11-1 are can be used as a standalone product or with the Omni line of products. Provides full high definition at 1080p and up to 30 frames per second. All communication and power can occur over Ethernet cable. No need for a power supply or power outlets. Provides dual stream H.264 and MJPEG video. Live footage can be viewed on a smartphone, tablet, or OmniTouch touchscreen. Automatically switches to black and white at night. It is rated IP66 for outdoor use. Operational temperatures are between 14 degrees Fahrenheit and 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Records video to a micro SD card or personal computer. Video feed can be emailed or uploaded to an FTP site when motion is detected in the area. Using the security key that comes with the camera, remove the cover screws. To remove the camera cover, take a flathead screwdriver, insert it into the slot near the cord, and simply pop. Mark your mounting holes for placement of your anchor. Create a hole for your anchors and insert them. Next, taking the rubber washer provided with the camera, insert them into each of the mounting holes on both sides of the plate. Take your mounting screw and attach the camera to your anchors. First, open the dealer PC Access software. You'll notice that the software is password protected, so you'll need to enter in a password. Once you've entered the password, click on OK or hit the Enter key on your keyboard. This will open up the main display of the dealer PC Access. Now open up your file. For this example, I have bench pro2_video_production file created. Now double click on it. This will open up into the main programming file defaulting to the Setup tab. Enlarge the screen to make it easier to view. Take reference of your setup tree and the area known as Extended Setup. Extended Setup is information that's written into the controller but not actively used by the controller. Underneath Extended Setup, click on IP Camera. You'll notice that your work field is completely empty at this time, unless you have previously added cameras. To add a camera, click on the green plus sign, Add Camera. Notice that the work field populates with user entry items. First is the IP camera name. For this example, we're going to enter in the name Entrance. The next field is Type. You have a drop-down menu that lists all the available supported camera types: Access, Panasonic, Generic, Motion JPEG, JPEG, HAI, Camera Server, and HAI Camera. Select HAI Camera. The next field is the address URL. This is going to be populated with the IP address of the camera. In this case, we are using 10.0.0.240. We then enter a colon and the streaming video port, which by default is 8008. Next, you'll find the fields Number, FPS, Quality, Resolution, Username, and Password. The number field would be used for if you were using a camera with a server type application. Here you would select the camera number from that server. Next is FPS, or frames per second, and it is configurable from 1 to 20. The next field is quality, which can be selected between low, medium, and high. The next field is resolution, which defaults to 320 by 240, but can also be set to 640 by 480. Last is username and password field if applicable. Leviton strongly recommends that on initial configuration, these fields are left to their default. This way you can install the camera, configure the camera, and make sure that it appears on your OmniTouch 7 or mobile phone device, and that you can come back and make changes at any time. At this point, you've completed the initial setup. The next step is to write this information to the controller. We're going to click on Communications, Connect, Network Connect. This connects directly to the controller, and you'll notice by the indication of Online down in the lower right hand corner. Now we want to write to the controller, so click on Communications, Write to Controller. Notice that the Write dialog box opens up with Setup, Programs, Names, Voices, Extended Setup, and possibly email boards. Click on OK and you'll see that the information has been written to the controller. To begin, open PC Access. Notice that the PC Access software is password protected, so you'll need to enter a password. Next, click OK. Next, open your PC Access file. In this case, I'm using benchpro2_video_production, which is a file that was previously created for this example. Once the file is opened, notice that it defaults to the Setup tab. Quickly confirm that this file does have an IP camera already added. To begin adding the automation programming, click on the Automation tab. This field will be your work field. It will either be empty, or if you've already created programming, you'll see the other programming blocks here. At this time, we want to add an automation block. Click on the green plus sign and select Automation Block. This is the method that Leviton, Omni, and Lumina controllers use to create programming blocks. Follows a very simple when-if action format. Begin by clicking on Trigger. For this demonstration, we're going to have a camera display on a touchscreen when a driveway sensor is tripped. For the trigger type, we're going to select Zone. In this instance, we're going to have the driveway sensor, which is already a zone. For the zone state, we're going to select Not Ready. You can click on OK at this point and see that now your statement reads, when driveway sensor not ready. We're going to add a condition, so next select condition type. We're going to select dark and click on OK. You'll see that the statement reflects the addition when driveway sensor not ready and if dark. Now click on Action. In this case, we're going to show a camera set up for action type. Select Show Camera. You'll notice that right now only one camera name, which happens to be Entrance, is the camera that we've added before. We're going to leave that. Next, select Touchscreen. We're going to select Touchscreen 16. That's the address of our touchscreen. Next, select OK. And you'll see that the programming reflects when driveway sensor not ready and if dark, then show camera entrance on touchscreen 16. Select OK, and now we see that our block of programming displays. To write this to the controller, we're going to select Communications, Connect, select Network. You'll notice the online indication in the lower right hand corner. Now we can write the information. Select Communications, Write to Controller. Your Right to Controller dialog box opens, and you'll notice that you have Setup, Programs, Names, Voices, Extended Setup, and possibly Email Board Setup, depending on your version of firmware and software. In this case, we want to write the program because that's the only change we are making to the controller. Right-click on Programs. Notice that all the other boxes unchecked, leaving Programs as the only checked box. Click on OK. You'll notice that all programs initially are cleared, followed by the writing of programs. The PC Access is first scanning the programs in the controller, clears them all out, and then writes the programs from your file into the controller. Once this is complete, you can test your programming logic to ensure that the camera does display when the system event triggers. Always remember to save your file so that you don't lose information that you've entered. You can now click Disconnect and close your PC Access file.